Hey folks, Jiminy Critic here today with a movie review for you for the movie Brooklyn's Finest. That's right, the title's Brooklyn's Finest. This is an action crime drama movie brought to you by the director Antoine Fuqua, who, if you remember, he directed the movie Mark Wahlberg and Shooter. He also has made the movie Training Day with Denzel Washington. Remember what a hit that was when Denzel played that really, really bad cop, and it was one of the first times he really played a very bad character in the movie. It was very widely well received. He also directed Tears of the Sun with Bruce Willis, a very popular movie. This movie, Brooklyn's Finest, is rated R for violence and language, and I will tell you what, ahead of time, there is much brutal, bloody violence in this particular movie, and the language is pretty harsh, so just be prepared that that R is a well-earned and well-deserved rating. It's just over 2 hours long at 133 minutes, and here's some of the heavy hitters who were in this movie that could have made this a far better picture than it turned out to be. Richard Gere is in this movie. Don Cheadle, I always enjoy watching Don Cheadle in a movie. He rarely puts in a poor performance himself, even if the movie he's in is kind of sinking, you know, like the Titanic. Ethan Hawke is in this movie, and I got to say, I don't know if I like it or don't like it, but he has certainly perfected the art of looking at the nervous, sweaty, down on his luck guy that'll do anything he can to scramble around and make things work. Well, he kind of plays that character here. Wesley Snipes, haven't seen him for a while, and he looks really different in this movie. Plays a drug dealer. The reliable character actor Will Patton is Lieutenant Bill Hobart's in this movie, and he has a good small role here. And Ellen Barkin makes a couple of cameo appearances as Agent Smith from the CIA or the FBI. It's one of those agencies. She's in there and just kind of is hard-hitting and you know, hard as nails. Here's the deal. Richard Gere, Don Cheadle, Ethan Hawke, and these other guys that are on the force in Brooklyn, of course. I would say the biggest point of this particular movie is they all have something that they want. Want is the key word, W-A-N-T. Want is the key word of this movie. Richard Gere is 7 days from retirement. He wants to just make it there. He starts his day off by taking a shot of whiskey and putting a gun to his head, and if he can't pull the trigger and kill himself, he goes about and finishes out his day. That's where he is. Don Cheadle has been undercover so long that he's lost his life, lost the things around him that it meant anything to him. He hates the life of the underground cop, undercover cop, and wants to get a desk job. And Will Patton, the lieutenant, says, look, I just got one more job you got to do, and then we'll bump you up and get you out of there and get your life back. Yeah, hasn't he heard that before? Ethan Hawke, married, couple of kids, wife's pregnant with twins. He doesn't have enough money, of course, as a cop. He's willing to do whatever. He'll scam off when they do drug busts. He'll scam off some of the drugs or some of the cash to just kind of keep himself afloat, make himself a living. He'll kind of do whatever it takes to get ahead. So like I say, the key, and then Wesley Snipes is an old childhood friend of Don Cheadle's character, but he's a drug dealer, and at some point Cheadle's got to bring him down and bring him to justice, and he has to make that decision, you know, can I take down my friend or can I do this and get the promotion that I've always wanted? Everybody wants something. And I think the key phrase in this movie happens, maybe midway through. One of the major characters says to another major character, you got what you wanted. Kind of like, and now you got to live with it. You know, sometimes we think we want something, and when we get it, it's not as good or great as we thought it might be. Key phrase, you got what you wanted. This movie could have been so much better. It's a lot of cliches. You know, just a thought, why does every cop movie have to take place in either New York or LA? Aren't there any good policemen anywhere else across the United States, and Chicago for that matter, anywhere else across the USA? But anyway, if you liked Antoine Fuqua's direction, you like Training Day, you like some of those other movies, you might want to check out Brooklyn's Finest.